I'll have you know, Nicole Willette Smith, that Corey, your husband, is the one that recommended this hairdo. That's right. There now, mind you, there was a bandana and or headband involved with this, but he had a dream once. He had a dream. And part of that dream involved my hair looking like this. And when he advises, I listen. He told me to get off my ass and do what I gotta do. So, what I gotta do is wear this haircut. Oh, Christ, with the phone tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had quite a few drinks tonight. We had friends over tonight, Katie and Alex and their their daughters, Lily and Ari. And it's always such a freaking awesome night when they come over. We did a little bit outside with the kids and let them play, and we hung out near the fire pit, burned a little cardboard just to keep the bugs away. And I think we had margaritas. I'm not quite sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was margaritas. And then we ran out of tequila. And after the tequila was gone, what are you going to do? Well, I rely on Old Faithful. And I want to apologize, Greg Autry, if you're watching, because this is a plastic cup. I specifically, just because of you, so your ass better be watching these. I specifically switched to glass because you said, hey, do me a solid and use glass. So that's what I do for you, just for you. Otherwise, I don't give a shit about plastic or glass or freaking cardboard for that matter. Styrofoam, I don't give a shit. Holds my drink, I can drink it. I'm white trash, motherfucker. We got so much to talk about tonight. First and foremost, I just had a wonderful day. Hanging out. Band practice went great. Our bass player's out of town. He's up in New York right now, which is unfortunate because we had a really good practice. We've added a member to the band. I don't know if you guys... A lot of people don't know all the members of the band. I'm Jason Oliveira. I play guitar, and I do some backing vocals and some lead vocals. Vic Sizemore is our singer, and he does some backup guitar, rhythm guitar stuff. And then we've got Matt Asher on bass, who's actually from Massachusetts, and knows a lot of people that I know. It's really weird. Such a small world. Chris Fosna, Foz, as we call him, who plays drums. Amazing drummer. Stuff of legends. And so that's the band. Well, we've added a new member. We've added a synth keyboard player, Dana Jackson. I apologize, Dana. I don't even know if I know your last name. It's been years. We've known each other for years, and I've never needed to know your last name. But I'm pretty sure it's Jackson. If I'm wrong, I'm crazy. Anywho, we had a great practice today, and he's adding some awesome stuff to the band. Some awesome, real ambiance to the backgrounds of these songs that we were kind of missing. We had another guitarist a long time ago. Not a long time ago, about a year ago. Chris Cohen, and who's a great guitarist, an amazing musician, but he just has a lot going on in his life. We have a lot we want to do with our lives, and so it just didn't work out for all of us. So, sadly, he doesn't play with us anymore, but it has made me a better musician with him not there, because I've had to pick up a lot of slack, and he's not slack, mind you. He was a great guitarist, so to be able to or to have to learn leads and solos and is a whole new world for me, and it's made me a better guitarist. I'm probably 5 times the guitarist I was, a year or two ago, and I've really enjoyed it. I love doing solos and learning leads, and I know a lot of blues scales and stuff like that, but it's nice to use your ears more. I play by ear a lot, a real lot. I took lessons for, I don't know, it was about 9 months. My friend Bob Melanson, who sent me this microphone right here, he was the person who originally taught me, your basic chords. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the minors and the sevenths and stuff like that. And then I went on to learn from John Varney at 53rd Ave in Massachusetts, who is a phenomenal guitarist. But the majority of my talent or skills, or I don't know what you want, I don't want to say talent, That sounds lame. It comes from in here. Like, I learned everything I did from here and here. Like, I never really relied on the teaching of others. I just heard what I wanted to play, and I figured out those notes, basically. Um, so yeah, it was a great practice. It's great to have Dana in the band. It's nice to be a 5-piece again. I just hope we get shit rolling. Now, that leads me to my first subject I want to talk about tonight. We're going to be doing, or at least we're going to attempt to do, a video. We have a friend, a mutual friend, Marcelo, who does absolutely phenomenal production. Better than any other local, anything I've seen from any of my friends' bands or anything like that. He's incredibly talented when it comes to videography, direction, production, and just engineering. And it's just, I'll put a link. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to put a link to our singer. Link. So that was probably about 6 minutes. Vic. He did this awesome quality production of an essay, I believe, that our singer wrote. I can't really explain it. It's him sitting typing this essay while he's voiceovering the subject matter. And just these guys just do great work. We have like a home for artists, traveling artists, to come through the area that they can stay. It's also a shop that they sell vintage stuff, and artists can sell their merchandise out of there. If I can remember, I'll put a link to that as well, either down below or up above or somewhere. So we wrote a song. Vic wrote the lyrics, and we kind of came up... Well, actually, he wrote the music for it, too. That we kind of evolved and made our own thing. It's called Christmas in Lynchburg. And normally I would highly advise against bands doing Christmas songs, just because it's usually the killer. It's the the axe in the head of the of bands. I've seen it happen a lot of times. But this song is... We're in a unique situation. Lynchburg is influenced by Liberty University and the Falwells and conservative right-wing Christians. Our band is not that. Not remotely. And so there's a lot of sarcasm in the song, and maybe if I can get the lyrics from Vic, I'll post them at some point, or if we record it, I'll put it up here. But it talks about how they charge people to basically go onto their campus and see these lights and these skills when they could be investing all this money into basically the public. They recently received a $20 million donation. This school, who makes millions and millions, this church that makes millions of dollars a year. Now, a lot of people will say, Liberty gives so much back to the community. That's fucking bullshit. I live here. I know firsthand that they suck. They're terrible. The Falwells are evil people, and they don't reinvest. And that's why we're trying to save our city. It's not my city. I don't come from the city. I really don't care about that part of the city. But the fact of the matter is like, I just want to see Lynchburg overcome its challenge. I don't feel like I am Lynchburg. I am Taunton, Massachusetts. I am a visitor here. I am a traveler who is making his way through life, and I happen to end up here in Lynchburg. And I can see what the Falwells have done here, and what they haven't done is really what's most important. They're not Christians. There you go. Plain and simple. I don't know how to say it any better, but like, if you are a believer and a follower in Christ, I think I am. I am. I'm not so much a believer, but I am a follower of his teachings. Loving your neighbor as yourself, and so on and so forth. But, I mean, he has said himself, this is an interesting thing too. This is off of the Lynchburg subject. I know I'm rambling tonight, but I don't care. I've got a lot to talk about. My friend Sean Osborne gave me a suggestion, and hopefully it'll get in this video. If not, I'll do a second one tonight, which I haven't done in a while. We'll get to it. I got a lot to talk about. I was listening to the radio, and I read something somewhere recently. It's a biblical verse. You can look it up. It's not like, I don't know, it could be Mark 7:13. But basically, Jesus said, I am a traveler in an unknown country. When people come to your place of existence, when people come to live or come through your lands, you should be treating them as equals, as guests. And you shouldn't be forcing them out. You shouldn't be disrespecting them. You should be taking care of them and doing what you can to show your love to them. And I think the crisis, the everything going in with our southern border in Central America right now, if you're a Christian, now I'm not saying this, if you're not a Christian, you can have your own perspective on this. I don't give a shit. Like, you can tell them to get the fuck out of the country, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. But if you're a Christian and you're telling me that you need to kick out all the people, all the border jumpers, then you're not a Christian. You do not have that Christ in your heart. You do not have that love in your heart. We should be taking care of these people. Nonetheless, I don't care if you're a citizen. I don't care if you're applying for citizenship. I don't care if you're legal or illegal. I don't care. If you want to call yourself a Christian and you want to kick people out of the United States who are struggling and trying to get out of a worse situation to better their lives, child, adult, elderly, I don't give a shit. If you're telling them to get out of the country, you do not have Christ in your heart. What do you think of that? Republicans, Democrats, I don't care who you are. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. I understand we are a country, and if you don't believe in religion, then like I said, that's fine. If you don't support Christianity or Islam or Judaism, I don't care. The fact of the matter is, if you call yourself a Christian and you're not willing to take on these people, these refugees, and support them, either, feeding them, clothing them, housing them, then you are not a Christian. Or if you are, you're a liar, and you're the type of person that I have no respect for. Mind you, if you aren't, this is not for you. This has nothing to do with you. If you don't believe in a God or anything like that, if you're an atheist or whatever, then whatever. You can have your opinion. Even Christians and stuff, whatever. You can have your opinion. But the fact of the matter is Christ himself said, if a traveler comes into your lands, you are supposed to take care of them. Then take care of them. Alright, I'm going on a rant and rave. I've had a lot to drink, and I apologize. I got off subject tonight. I want to get back on subject, and I want to make this a one video night. I want to make the second videos special nights, so... Yeah. God damn it. Son of a bitch. There we go. Sometimes I need a new phone. I've had it's the Droid Razr Max. I know you guys hear this thing go off all the time. It's in a shitty little case, but it stood the test of time. I've actually had it replaced for free once. But it's on its way out, and it's time for a new phone. I've had it almost 3 years, and it's time for a new phone. I'm sorry for the chaos. Let's refocus. Alright, good. I found something today that blew my fucking mind. I reserved that word for extreme cases. Here's an extreme case. Maybe not. Maybe not for you, but for me, it's an extreme case. In my life, there's a book series by R.A. Salvatore. It's the in Forgotten Realms, the Dark Elf trilogy, the Icewind Dale trilogy, the Driz, the Legend of Driz series. Well, in my life, if you had told me 10, 15, 20 years ago that I would ever see a product other than a D&D related product, well, I don't want to say D&D related product, other than a role-playing game related product based on Drizzt Do'Urden, however you call it, however you say his name, I would have said, you're fucking crazy. You're out of your mind. Well, I was out getting some stuff today at Toys R Us, and I stumbled across something. I knew this was coming out, actually. I'd forgotten about it. That's right. That's Creo. Creo, Dungeons & Dragons, Drizzt Do'Urden. That's right. See that? Now, mind you, it's not a figure by McFarlane Toys or anything like that. But I never, in my wildest imagination, believed that I would ever see an incarnation of Drizzt Do'Urden as a Lego figure, or in this case, a Creo figure. And I think it's great because it means a lot of things. It means that fantasy has overcome a huge hurdle. For a long time, fantasy was nerdy. Like, it wasn't a part of pop culture. Like, pop culture was uh, television, movies, music. Basically, that's really what it comes down to. Pop culture was music, TV, and movies. Now it's moved into these other realms. Sure, it's still movies, TV, and music, but it grabs from other genres that I never thought it would. Like, sci-fi has become bigger, and fantasy has come bigger than it ever has since I started my journey down the path of geekdom. It's been, I don't know, 25 years since I would consider myself a geek. That's a good chunk of my life. 15, 16 years old, that's when I basically made the decision that I'm going to be a geek. Not make the decision, but it made the decision for me. Like, I realized that everything that I love, everything that I like to read and see and write and draw and smell and taste involves sci-fi and fantasy to a certain degree. And so this is really the pinnacle to a certain extent. To find this on the shelf, like they had Wolfgar and Drizzt, and I was thinking, my God, I never, ever thought I would ever see a Drizzt figure. Like, mind you, I would love to see McFarlane Toys do a Drizzt figure. But, nonetheless, this is pretty cool. If you're a nerd. It's pretty awesome. Anywho, I'm going to wrap this video up right there. It's a good introduction to the next video. The next video is recommended or suggested by Sean Osborne, my friend and subscriber. So we're going to move on to that. I hope you loved this one. I know it's a little crazy. I know I've had a little bit to drink tonight, but I drink a lot. No, I don't drink a lot. I'm just saying when I drink a lot, I get like this and I get a little crazy. Thankfully, I'm not an aggressive or angry drunk. I have family members that have been like that, and it sucks. So I'm glad that I'm a stupid, happy, retarded drunk. I'm sorry. I apologize to anybody who has mental challenges. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. Please come back for the next video, because that's the heart and soul of what I'm doing here tonight. Make yourself a better person than you were today. Let's make the world spin a little happier, and let's make this whole sci-fi, fantasy, geekery worldwide thing, okay? Thanks for everything. Thanks for always coming by. And stop by in about 30 seconds because I'm going to go pick up another video. And it's all about D&D, and I think you'll love it if you love Dungeons & Dragons. Have a great night, and I will see you either tomorrow night or on the next video of The Road to 40. Thanks, guys.